Our 19th annual Congressional Shoot-Out. I'm Jeff Crane, President of the Congressional Sportsmen Foundation. Thank you all for being here. This is the biggest event that we've ever had, so again, we're gonna need everybody to please work with us and try to ensure that we move this along. The members of Congress do have to go back to the Hill this afternoon. They do have votes this evening, and so we try to make this as timely as possible. I know most of the people in here, but again, the Sportsmen's Foundation has been around for 26 years. We get the great privilege of supporting the largest bipartisan caucus on Capitol Hill. And that's sometimes a bit of a rarity up in here in Washington area, but I think we all agree that issues about hunting, shooting, fishing, trapping are more about our heritage and our culture and about conservation in America than they are about politics. And we really appreciate those members of the caucus for putting the politics aside and making sure that we have the opportunities to continue to do this and hopefully pass this on for generations to come. So again, really appreciate everything. I'm gonna make a couple of thank you announcements here now. I'm gonna turn the microphone over to Mark Biggins, and then we're gonna invite our congressional captains to come up. As most of us know that have been to this event, you know, we're all shooting for our own scores in 3 different disciplines, but the only team score that counts are Republican members of Congress versus the Democrat members of Congress. All the rest of you guys, we're all shooting individuals. We call that the Henry Brown rule. And so don't count any other scores than your own. So, and members of Congress don't count any other scores other than your own. So, but we appreciate that, and we've got a bunch of awards that are going to be out here to recognize our really straight shooters in Congress. Let me recognize our title sponsors for this event today. We've got BP America, Hornady Manufacturing, the National Rifle Association, Silencer Co., and Vista Outdoors. Can you join me in thanking them for helping make this possible? Our hosts today are Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's Outdoor Fund, ITC Holdings Corporation, the National Shooting Sports Foundation, Remington, and Winchester. Let's thank you guys also. Our lunch today is sponsored by Crop Life America and the National Pork Producers Council. They always do a great job. Thank you guys for that. The soda and water today is by the Coca-Cola Company, and then I'll recognize all the other sponsors later. We do have 2 special guests that have been to this event in years past, and they're kind enough to take their time to be back here again. In no particular order, but here to my left, we got Dave Butts. For those of you that remember the Washington Redskins when they played football, they've got Super Bowl rings to remind us of the 80s and the great days, and he anchored the defensive line. Also over here to my left, sitting in the back, we have Kim Rohde. For those of you who don't know Kim Rohde, she is a 5-time Olympic champion. She's an Olympic medal winners in double trap and skeet, and is going for her 6th Olympic medal. The only athlete in America's history to win 5 medals in 5 different Olympic Games. Thank you, Kim, for being here as well. A couple more announcements. For those of you that want to try out electronic hearing, it's really cool stuff back here in this corner behind the Cabela's sign. The Hearing Industry Association will let you try out their hearing protectors for today. If you really like them, they're going to sell them at a real discount for you today. If you want to turn them back in at the end of the day, that's fine. Everybody, as Mark's going to tell you, is going to need hearing and eye, so it's a pretty cool opportunity to try some of those. Gary Parsons here again with Old Virginia Tobacco, so if you need a cigar to keep the bugs away, feel free to do that. Laser shot is here today. When you come through, as you guys mostly that have shot here before, you kind of come back here in the middle. If you shooting trap and skeet, you come back here. If you're shooting sporting clays, you come back here. We try to shift the courses completely out. There's a laser shot up here for fun. And if you haven't bought your raffle tickets, we got some really good stuff. Kim Zimmer is hopefully out there selling. She's wearing a blue shirt and white pants, and please get your raffle tickets. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend Mark Biggins. We've always done this out here at PG County. They do a tremendous job, and we really appreciate Mark. Let's give Mark and all the trappers here at PG County. Captains today are our respective Republican and Democrat co-chairs of the Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus in the House. We did also have Senator Jim Risch, who is our Republican Senate co-chair, and he had to go back. Unfortunately, the Senate actually thinks we work on Tuesdays. We actually think we ought to be out here doing real work by shooting guns. So I'm going to introduce our two captains. We're going to ask all the members of Congress, when your name's read out, to please come up. We're going to do a team picture with all the members of Congress here. So when your name gets read out, please come up and stay up here. We're going to organize this for a photo. So on my right, I know design. On my right here, from Virginia, our Republican co-chair Rob Whitman. On my left, I know design. From Minnesota, our Democrat co-chair Congressman Tim Walsh. Gentlemen, I'm going to try to keep moving the microphone here. I am going to hand it to you.
All right, Jim, thank you. Good afternoon. Here we are, Team Republican. When I call your name, please come forward. Representative Brian Babbitt from Texas. Dr. Dan Benishek from Michigan. Representative Jeff Duncan from the great state of South Carolina, Vice Chair of our Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus. Representative Preston Hardy from Nevada. Representative Vicki Hartzler from Missouri. Representative Rich Hudson from North Carolina. Representative Bill Heisingle from Michigan. Representative Duncan Hunter from California. Representative John Klein from Minnesota. Representative Steve Knight. Representative Bob Latta from Ohio, previous chairman of the Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus. Representative Billy Long from Missouri. Representative Mark Meadows from North Carolina. Representative Steve Pierce from New Mexico. Senator Jim Risch, Idaho, co-chair of Congressional Sportsmen's Caucus. Representative Austin Scott from Georgia. Representative Adrian Smith from Nebraska. Representative Glenn G.T. Thompson from Pennsylvania. Representative David Valdeo from California. Representative Tim Walberg from Michigan. Representative Ted Yoho from Florida. And Chairman Emeritus, Representative Don Young from Alaska. I'm going to hand it over to my co-chair, Tim Walsh. Tim.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you all for being out here, and to our sponsors, as always, and to the Sportsmen's Foundation and the staff. We appreciate it. There are fewer of us, but straighter shooters in this. Representative Gene Green, the Vice Chair of the Caucus from the great state of Texas. Representative Rick Nolan from the great state of Minnesota. Representative Kurt Schrader from Oregon. Representative Benny Thompson from Mississippi. Representative Mike Thompson from California. Representative Mark Basie from Texas. And former Chair of the Caucus and the reigning Top Gun, Colin Peterson from Minnesota.